Mr. President,
Present.
thank you.
So, Madam Clerk, to my council colleagues, before roll call, I will ask everyone to unmute. So I apologize if I didn't get to you as soon as possible. I am trying my best to run a clear and concise meeting for our residents, so there's no back noise. Once again, everyone's muted. Right before roll call, Madam Clerk, just give me a second to ask everyone to unmute themselves, and they should be able to vote on that end. So thank you. Madam Clerk, please read the 48-hour notice. Madam Clerk, you're muted.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes.
Meeting covered by 48-hour notice. Notice of the time, date, location, and agenda of the meeting was transmitted to the North Jersey Herald News, the Record, the Arabic Voice, the Italian Voice, the Passaic County Pulse, Dominicana News, La Quisqueya Internacional, El Especial, the Paterson Press, the City Post News, Tap into Paterson, the weekly Bangla Patrika, in addition to any other publication duly requesting such notices, at or about 11 a.m. on September 26, 2024, such notices were posted on the bulletin board in the offices of the city clerk at City Hall. I'll read the notice, Council President. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, be advised that the Municipal Council of the City of Paterson has scheduled a special meeting for Monday, September 30th, 2024 at 5 p.m. to be held via WebEx, Zoom, or in the Council Chambers, 3rd floor, City Hall, 155 Market Street, Paterson, New Jersey, for the purpose of discussing the following matters. 1. A resolution memorializing the life and legacy of Barbara Lee McLeod Peoples is sponsored by Councilman Luis Velez, City Council, Resolution 24:593. Formal action will be taken. 2. Resolution authorizing the solicitation of bids for School 25 Tennis Court renovations, bid number 25.09 for the Division of Engineering of the Department of Public Works, Resolution 24:594. Formal action will be taken. For the public portion, for those who would like to participate, please call 973-321-1579, meeting ID 8326, followed by the pound sign, then select meeting number 2, press 1 to listen to the meeting, press 3 to be added to the speaker key. You can also watch the live stream online at https://www.youtube.com/C/City of Paterson, New Jersey, City Hall /live. Watch it on live TV at Optimum and channel number 77 or Verizon channel number 32. Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I would like to take the public portion first. So Madam Clerk will now open up the public portion. Please repeat the instructions, and we will give 3 minutes for people to call into the public portion.
Okay, Mr. President. So if you wish to participate in the public portion, please call 973-321-1579. The meeting ID is 8326, which is followed by the pound sign. Select meeting number 2, then press star 1 to listen to the meeting, or star number 3 to be added to the speaker queue. Again, 973-321-1579 is the number you'll call to join the meeting. The meeting ID number is 8326, followed by the pound sign. Then select meeting number 2, press star 1 to listen to the meeting, star 3 to be added to the speaker key. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We will wait till 5:19. telling speakers, then we'll do a motion to close or hear them out, or motion to close if there is no speakers. So thank you. Please be patient, everyone.
In the meantime, Mr. President, I may just use the opportunity to remind everyone in the city of Paterson that the last day to register to vote for the upcoming presidential general election is on Tuesday, October 15th. It's from 8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. at night. So the last day to register to vote in the upcoming presidential general election is on Tuesday, October 15th, 2024 at 9 p.m.
Thank you.
We have one caller, Mr. President.
We'll take that caller right now. I'm gonna unmute the public portion.
Okay, thank you. Put them through, Ryan, please. They're live. Public. I haven't seen. Caller, if you're there, please state your name and go ahead, please.
Ryan has to unmute himself, the caller.
Ryan. I don't see them.
Madam Clerk, does Ryan have the speaker?
Ryan, the person is not on. And can you unmute public portion, please? Tell him to come in. We're still waiting, Council President.
Council President, I think you have to unmute the caller.
We sent that. I can't unmute anyone. I have to ask to unmute. They're not on. So I sent that. The technology's working on it. We still, how we said, till 5:19. We'll see how many speakers we have, and then we'll go from there. So we definitely have one.
Member of the public, if you're there, please state your name and go ahead, please. I'm not hearing. Come in.
It's muted.
It's muted.
So, colleagues, I can't unmute anyone's phone. They have to unmute.
Public portion is muted.
Hey, who's the host?
I am the host, but I cannot unmute either.
No host could unmute, colleagues. So we're working on it. So please be patient with technology. Thank you. Madam Clerk, if I'm going to give him 2 more minutes to try to get the technical difficulties. If not, we're going to go to the items.
Okay, Council President.
Portion. So tell technology they have 2 minutes, and then we'll take the items.
Okay, Council President. We're good? The public portion on my end is muted. I cannot unmute it. I can't even say it. The person is not even there. The person may be hung up. It's not there. He was down here. He's hung up.
Madam Clerk, let's hold public portion while people wait. Once they get the technical difficulties settled, we will go back to public portion. Can we take item number 1, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Mr. President. Item number 1 is a resolution memorializing the life and the legacy of Barbara Lee McLeod people.
Unmute yourself, Madam Clerk.
Are you hearing? I don't know why it keeps moving.
Yes, go ahead.
So item number 1 is a resolution memorializing the life and the legacy of Barbara Lee McLeod Peoples. It's a city council resolution number 24:593. It's sponsored by Councilman Luis Velez.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Velez, seconded by Councilwoman Mims and Councilwoman Davila. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Roll call on item number 1 for approval. Councilwoman Davila,
Yes.
Councilman Kalik.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Councilwoman Mims,
Yes.
Councilman Udin.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Councilman Velez,
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Mr. President.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. The votes are 6 yeses, 3 absences. Item number 1 is hereby adopted.
Madam Clerk, please take item number 2.
Yes, Mr. President. Item number 2 is a resolution authorizing the solicitation of bids for school number 25 tennis court renovations. Bid number 25.09 for the Division of Engineering of the Department of Public Works. It's a Public Works Resolution 24:594.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Councilwoman Davila, seconded by Councilman Velez, Udine, and Mims. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Roll call on item number 2 for approval. Councilwoman Davila,
Great job for the school 25 and the 6th Ward residents. My vote is yes.
thank you. Councilman Jack says not there. Councilman Kalik,
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Mims,
Anytime we add recreational opportunities for the kids is a win for the city. My vote is yes.
thank you. Councilman Udin,
My vote is yes, Madam Clerk.
thank you. Councilman Velez,
2 things before I vote. First of all, after my vote, I'm going to be logging out. I'm in a ceremonial event at the consulate, so I'm going to log out. And second, every improvement, parks, tennis court, and I know, and I'm not speaking on behalf of the councilman, I know he was probably going to say this, but is for all residents of Paterson to utilize. So congratulations, Councilman Abdelaziz, for your goal to improving that park, not from now, way back to, and the administration to put in the money where the community needs it. Thank you, Madam EA and Director Billy. My vote is yes in this time.
thank you, Councilman Velez. Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. These tennis courts have been definitely need of an upgrade. I'm very excited for the residents of the city of Paterson and the 6th Ward residents that they will have top-notch facilities that they could go and utilize to play tennis and have something to call home that they could take pride in. So my vote is yes, Madam Clerk. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. The votes are 6 yeses, 3 absences. Item number 2 is hereby adopted. That's it for the agenda.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. How many speakers do we have?
We have
I
two speakers so far.
I want to
Council
thank my council colleagues. If you saw, I allowed you guys to unmute yourselves on this. So right now, Ryan or whoever technology is, you have the ability to unmute yourselves. So how many speakers we have, and we could get the public portion. So I would like to open up public portion, Madam Clerk.
Okay, Council President. So far, we have two speakers. Put to speaker number one. Speaker number one, if you're there, please go ahead and state your name.
Hi, this is Shay Brown. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we do.
Yes,
Ms.
we
Brown,
can.
please
Hello?
state your name and address.
Oh, great. My name is Shay Brown. I live at 123 East 24th Street in Paterson, New Jersey, unit number 1.
Continue. Ms. Brown, you have 3 minutes and it may hang up, so please go quick. It's not us hanging up, it's Zoom.
I got you. I live on East 24th Street off of 5th Ave. Every weekend, and many times midweek included, there are multiple people who gather on East 25th Street between 2nd and 3rd without a street permit. They set up an actual speaker. There are cars, motorcycles, four-wheelers, you name it. They make sure the sound is at the maximum level. The latest I've heard the music is until 7:30 a.m. If you search for my number in the Paterson Police dispatch, you will see how many times I call. It's insane. The cops sometimes come, sometimes sheriff, sometimes they don't come. But I don't understand how this illegal gathering, I've been dealing with this for years. Didn't just happen this year. And it's not just me calling. The quality of life in Paterson is really disappointing. I'm a taxpayer. I pay over $6,000 in taxes. My home is only 900 square feet. And I don't understand. I can't get my street paved. I can't get, police to constantly come over here and, make sure we have some. I'm sorry, I'm just upset. To actually have constant police presence over here, and it's every weekend. They were here till 5:21 this morning. I had to get up, get in my car. I have children who have to deal with this and complain about this. Get in my car. I sent videos to the mayor, to Jerry Spagel, and Councilman Mendez constantly. They can show you. I have all my texts. The morning after, you should see how many beer cans, bottles, red cups that they leave. No one cleans it up. And what it's disappointing, this morning I stayed out there till the cops came. The cops came. They just drove off. The cops didn't give any summonses, no tickets. This is why they keep coming back. What is going to be done? This has been a problem for years. East 25th Street between 2nd and 3rd. Something has to be done. This makes no sense. And they don't live over here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. Madam Clerk, next speaker.
Okay. Can you put through the next speaker? Speaker, if you're there, please go ahead. State your name for the record. Hello?
Yes, my name is John Carluccio. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you, John. Please state your name and address for the record.
Okay.
And you have 3 minutes, and you will be kicked off of Zoom in 3 minutes. Not our rule, so please be quick.
Okay. John Carluccio. I live on Vernon Avenue near School 25, and I'm calling to talk about School 25. My concern is that if we get a fancy, or if we get a new tennis court, will that end up restricting access to the tennis court? Currently, the tennis court is used by residents to play tennis occasionally, but more often to play soccer with sneakers. You can play 2 games in there at one time, using the net as not using it, but the net is a divider between the games. It's a sideline. And also, sometimes people set up a volleyball situation in there. And those 2 things in particular, soccer and volleyball, are the most popular activities in the area where people spontaneously go down. You're usually teenagers, and they play. And I'm concerned that when we get and the tennis court is a smooth surface. It's got cracks and creases all over it, but it's a smooth surface and people use it. And some people even roller skate on it. It's smooth. If we get a new surface, are we going to end up with less activity? And even if we get a lot of tennis in there, that's wonderful. But and I have nothing against that; it's a good thing. But the soccer is a good thing too, and so is the volleyball. And it'd be a shame if what is now an open tennis court, the park itself gets locked a lot, the overall park, but the gates to go inside the tennis court are open. It's an open space you just walk through. And if, I'd be afraid that that's going to get locked up, and it's going to be one step forward and several steps backwards by actually shutting down what's actually going on over there now, especially when weather gets wetter and colder. People use that tennis court a lot to play soccer and volleyball, as I say. I talked to Billy Rodriguez, and he said that, he understood and that he was not intending to lock it up. There'll probably be a gate, though. Now I think the gates are actually off. It's just open all the time. I don't think the gate is even on anymore. I was walking in there last night. I didn't even look. But he said he didn't intend to shut it down, padlock people out. And those are 10-foot fences that people would have to scale to get in. But unless he had to. And I just would like there to be some sensitivity to this issue going forward.
His time is up, Council President.
Sorry, Mr. Carluccio. It's the settings that we have on Zoom. After 3 minutes, it'll just end it. Madam Clerk, any more speakers?
There are no more speakers, Council President.
All right, can I get a motion to close public portion?
Close.
Moved by Councilwoman Mims, second by Councilman Udine. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Roll call to close the public portion of the Municipal Council virtual special meeting. Councilwoman Davila.
Yes.
Councilman Kalik. Councilman Kalik.
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Mendez. Councilwoman Mims.
Yes, thank you, Madam Clerk. So, Simmons Brown, there is definitely a concern in that area. I don't know if the BA is on or Corporation Council, but something definitely needs to be done. I can forward the video as well regarding all the trash that was left in that area. And this council has increased the fines. So there are fines that are very heavy that should be issued to these perpetrators. And a lot of them don't even live in Paterson. So there needs to be more enforcement, not just in that area, but citywide. There's a lot of issues during the course of the weekend from Friday all the way through Monday morning with the loud music. So, Ms. Brown, we will definitely make sure the administration looks into that. And then for Mr. Carluccio, you're absolutely correct with your commentary. It is much needed to be added to what was done on today. Thank you, Paterson. Good night, council colleague. My vote is yes.
Thank you, Dr. Mims. Councilman Udine.
So those who joined us in public portion, thank you so very much for making your voice heard. But I want to mention about the situation, the Block Watch program, the block party overnight, especially on the weekends. That's a regular issue. It's just not the third ward, but in every single ward, there's parties going on. Even last night, I called for one of the residents from Warren Street. Call me. There is a car mechanic shop, and they closed their shop in the front and backyard, having a big party. It's like about 100 people gatherings. I'm talking about last night, Sunday night. So this is an ongoing issue. I called police as well. Residents were calling. After 2 hours, police showed up. So by the time police showed up, the party's over. Or sometimes they hear someone showed up, they just cancel the party. So this is an ongoing issue. Then we need proper solution for this. And I thank you for joining here. And I believe that Paterson Police Department will take that into serious consideration. My vote is yes to close the public portion.
Thank you, Councilman Udine. Councilman Velez. Did he jump off?
He left.
Okay. Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ms. Brown, like Councilman Dean said, these pop-up parties with the cars and the loudspeakers occur throughout the city. And Madam BA, something that we need to look at. Years ago, we used to have quality of life units that only reported to these areas, right? When people called, they went there. So if there was a shooting, they were overtime based. They were police that were not added or taken from patrol. I know we're spending a lot of money that we're receiving from Trenton for overtime. Some of that money needs to be addressing some of these quality of life issues, right? Not just the hot spots. We need to look at areas that, like Ms. Brown said, I have many in the 6th Ward, 22nd Ave, in East 32nd Street. What happens is you take these people from the hot spots and they're moving along to different parts of the city. So please, Madam BA, when you're in the meeting with police brass, see if we can use some of that overtime money that we're getting from Trenton to go after these quality of life patrols. I know the quality of life units are not what they were from 2018. That I pushed that with our former chief, and it worked. Many residents, when they called it in, they weren't put on the queue after all these other calls. They had these special units that just went after these quality of life issues. Mr. Carluccio, the park at School 25 will always be to public unless it's a permit that is held by a city recreational team or a nonprofit. I agree with you, Madam BA. We should reach out to the school district now that we're spending money on this. They need to make it accessible. We need it open every day to the public. The school district closes it on the weekends. It's locked, and then the public doesn't have access because school's not in session. They don't have a custodian. Our DPW needs to have access to that. Our DPW needs to open it up. Our DPW needs to close it, especially if the city's now putting money into their facilities. My vote is yes, Madam Clerk. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. The votes are 5 yeses, 4 absences. Public portion of the virtual special meeting is now closed.
Can I get a motion to close the meeting? Moved by Councilman Davila, seconded by Councilman Dean. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
President, very quickly, if I may,
Yes.
I would request that Councilwoman Dr. Mims please send me the video and the location, as well as Councilman Udin, send me any video locations that you have as well, so that we can add it to our enforcement efforts along with the police department. So we've been going after hotspots and nightlife action. We can certainly add these locations onto the list for extra focused attention when it comes to prosecution. Thank you.
Thank you, Corporation Counsel.
Absolutely.
They'll send
Thank
you.
you.
They'll send you the videos, and then you could discuss that during workshop. We have a motion and a second. Roll call, Madam Clerk, to close the meeting.
Yes, Mr. President. Roll call to adjourn the Municipal Council virtual special meeting of Monday, September 30th, 2024. Councilwoman Davila,
Yes.
Councilman Kalik,
Yes, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Mims.
To Paterson, just a few announcements. There is on tomorrow, Assemblyman Wimberly is hosting an event for soon-to-be Congresswoman Senator Poe at Hinchliffe Stadium. Please come out to this event. It will be from 5 to 8 in the museum at Hinchliffe Stadium. This Saturday, we, as the Daughter of the Elk, just make an announcement. Our 100th anniversary dinner dance is this Saturday at Michelle Milan Banquet. If you would like a ticket, please see me. Tickets are $100. We will be celebrating 100 years. October the 22nd, National Council of Negro Women. It will be our yearly jazz luncheon. If you would like tickets to that event, those tickets are $90. Please see myself and or Councilman Cotton. Reach out to us and let us know. Thank you, Paterson, for all you do. Thank you to the residents that called in. And thank you for a very short and brief meeting. Madam Clerk, and to everyone else, good night. See you next week.
Thank you,
My vote
Dr.
is
Mims.
yes. My vote is
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you, Dr. Mims. Councilman Udin.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. My vote is yes.
Thank you, Councilman Udin. Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. So this is my first meeting being the council president running the meeting, and it was virtually. I want to thank my council colleagues for cooperating and making this a smooth process. So I appreciate it. I think the public was, it was clear to them, unlike all the virtual meetings. So thank you all. And Madam Clerk, thank you, technology, for assisting on this. So I appreciate everyone cooperating and following through on some of the new rules we put in place for virtual meetings. Madam Clerk, my vote is yes.
Thank you, Mr. President. The votes are 5 yeses, 4 absences. The virtual special meeting of the council is hereby adjourned.
Thank
Good
you,
evening,
everyone.
everyone.
Good evening.